clicked. The buttons are clicked.
Hey, number 2's in the books. Oh, it's not in the books yet, but it's on the way.
Oh, no, it is in the. I had it first thing when I woke up this morning. Number 2.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're talking about the stream. Oh, gotcha.
No. I was talking about.
Dookie.
Hey, everybody.
Foxanne sent everybody over. Thank you, Foxanne. That was nice of you.
Foxanne's the best.
She is. That's a lot of fun.
I'll have to talk to her about some stuff, though. I didn't realize some things that she mentioned today. So, I mean, I don't know how open she is about it, so I don't want to talk about it. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Look at all these people coming in.
Ness and Johnny, Moose, Fishion, or is it Fission? June? Holy smokes, June is in here. I would think that she's sleeping. She's a night owl. Nancy B, Lady Rorschach, Denny. That's all I see so far.
I see Debs. Professor
was in here. Oh my goodness.
Professor Fish Tanks, Moosey Moose, Jorge.
Ben.
There's Ben, Bipolar Ben. Bipolar Ben. That sounds bad. Bipolar Fish Keeper, but it's Ben. There's J Rock.
Oh man, I did it wrong. There.
Pooplin.
Pep.
Oh, we said Pooplin.
Did we? Oh, say it again. Pep.
Poopy Pep. Peppy Poop. Acai. Hello. Good morning. Nancy. You said Nancy B. Hi, Nancy B. They were missing you last night in Ed's stream. Ed wanted to talk to you about something.
We were wondering if you were okay.
Ed went through your neighborhood and wanted to talk about. He was talking about something. Was it, I don't know, potholes or something? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
I don't think that was just your area. We forgot Dennis. You said Dennis.
I said Denny.
You did. Jenna P.
So Jenna P is here.
So you had a topic for today, I noticed.
I kind of did. I wanted to talk about when you're upgrading your tank. Kitty! Squirrel! I'm going to be upgrading Misfit the Flower Horns aquarium to a 90-gallon. And I am torn because the 90 obviously is empty. It's in the garage, very cold. I want to bring all new stuff into there because I've got brand new filters. I got brand new substrate. I've got brand new everything. And I was thinking, well, maybe I should bring some of the rocks and whatnot because I am definitely adios in the sand. I have sand in the current one, and I effing hate sand. I don't know why. I tried it again. Hate it. All you people who love sand, that's fine. Go ahead and love it. I freaking hate it. So I'm going to pull that out. I'll use that in my hospital tanks or something. But yeah, so I got all new substrates. So I'm going to probably have to use the stone, maybe. And the filter, one of the filters, at least for a while, to get everything,
Just that super quick cycle.
Yeah. But other than that, I was wondering what everybody else does. Like, have you upgraded or are just switched?
Not really, no, because upgrading means that tank gets totally taken down and you're replacing it with a new one, right? And I really haven't done that. I've only added to what I currently have. So I don't know that I've actually upgraded because the other ones are still sitting there. So I just added. Do you know what I mean? I never took the other one down.
There's nothing new necessarily.
Yeah, so it's a whole new tank being put in as opposed to upgrading, which I want to, though. I want to because, again, I want to get rid of all these little 20-gallon tanks. I want to move the 55 that's back here that you can barely see to the top, redo this stand so it will hold it and put like a 125 or something there. I do want to get a bigger tank.
125 would be nice, or 180 if you can get it. I mean, it's a little bit deeper.
That's not really an upgrade either, though. Really, when it comes down to it,
if it's a new tank, if you're putting all new stuff into it, it's an upgrade. That's how I kind of look at it. So like if you were to go out and buy a 125 or a 180, obviously you don't have anything in your fish room right now that would be able to go into that with enough beneficial bacteria to cover the tank, unless you're going to go very, very light at first, which
I probably do, because I have sponge filters that I've set in the 75, the 45, and the 55, the big sponge filters from the co-op. They're sitting in there without running or anything, just, so there's a ton of beneficial bacteria on those. So I could switch out one of the ones, because I use sponge filters in the 75. I could switch one of the ones I'm using that's got all that stuff just caked in it, because I haven't cleaned it in a while. That would be perfect. You know what I mean? And so it wouldn't take. I have enough substrate that I can take out of other not substrate, hardscape, that I could take out of other tanks too. So I think the cycle would go super quick. I think it would
probably
be pretty
yes.
quick. But
although you have to
you
do have to remember that it does. I could have, like, just for instance, on my 210, I have 3 canisters, 3 hang on the backs, and a sponge. But it doesn't matter if I have all that or just 2 of those. The same amount of beneficial bacteria is in there. You don't get more just because you have more filter.
But you do. The more space you have,
no,
right?
it just thins out. Because the beneficial bacteria is based on your
Sure.
load.
However much you've got there. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So if you've got 3 fish in there and all that filtration, there's going to be very little in each one of them.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because it'll just keep dying off if it doesn't have the life support that it needs.
I really want to, though. I really want to get a bigger tank. But I mean, that's way down that's probably not for another year at least, So you've got the 90 already. It's sitting out there, and so that one goes upstairs, though, right?
That one's gonna be upstairs. Mrs. Whip there wants to. We can just say her name. Crystal is wants it upstairs so she can see her fish. Her fish is down here. The flower horn is hers. And that also, by doing that, it's going to open up that spot here in my fish room, and I can start moving stuff around, because I also have another 150 and 120 and another 90 that has to go up still. So, but that's going to be more. That's going to be more just moving fish from one tank to it.
Yeah.
The volume of water doesn't really matter. It's what the bioload is in the tank. So,
and
what I am a little bit worried about is I've got 14 blue acara that have been in quarantine now for about 2 or 3 months. They're plenty quarantined, and I'm just scared to move them, because even though they're going into the 75, which will be a 90, plenty of room for now. It won't be a forever home, but it's good enough for now. That's going to jack up the bioload in there really high, because I don't even know if there's 14 fish in there, right now. So literally doubling the population.
Well, maybe you could do half,
like 3 or 4 at a time, maybe.
Yeah, or something like that, just to get it up and help. I need
just real quick. I got to say hey to Audra. Hi, Audra, and Mexicali. George.
Oh, there's Mike. Mike's having his appendix out today. They're
Mike B.
Getting me within the next 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
I saw his post, and it looked like he was going in last night. I'm like, oh man, maybe he's already done and out, but no, I guess not.
Best of luck, Mike, and please, let us know. It's not as bad as it used to be, right? The appendix, it's pretty quick surgery, especially if it's laparoscopic, right? But let us know, Mike, or Maritza, maybe have Maritza give us an update or something. Let us know how you do.
You ain't got a hair on your ass, Mike, if you don't, YouTube the whole procedure.
You say that you ain't got a hair on your ass, like a hairy ass is a good thing. Maybe a hairy ass is not such a good thing. I mean,
maybe it is.
But what
otherwise you just walk around like a newborn babe.
Yeah, I guess it does add some extra friction.
Steven, Finn Sanity. I saw your post or your comment earlier. I appreciate you swinging in. He says, I so would too. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, fish. What were you saying? I totally interrupted you to say hi.
Um.
Stuff and things about what you're gonna do. Off to your right,
Oh,
you're looking at.
I need a change in the fish room. I need a, you know,
Oh, okay.
and I do want to make it maintenance wise. I want to make things easier too. So that's why I want to get rid of the smaller tanks. You know, because
Kalish.
I do have. Kalish, I didn't get an email yet, Kalish, for your shirt that or whatever merch you wanted since you won the pellet wars for January. Um, Getting rid of, so there's a 29, a 20 here. There's a 29 here. That's the Gudea. There's a 29 over here. That's also now Gudeads.
In front of
Uh,
you? Like in front of the
and
camera?
no, it's off that angle in the side. You can't that way.
Okay. Because the way you're
It's on
pointing,
that
I thought
rack.
maybe you had more in front of you.
No, there's not. The only thing over here is a little 5 gallon sitting right here next to me with shrimp, and a 5 gallon there with some rice fish. But it's on that same rack. This is all one rack here. It's just the 2x4s and the cinder blocks, but it goes all the way to the corner. And there's a tank over there and a tank over here. This one's empty. I've got rid of that one, but I want to get rid of the 29 here, the 29 there, the 20 here. I'll keep the 45 for now. It's a 45 tall. But the 55 needs to go up. I want to put a bigger tank there, and then maybe another 55. I don't really like the 55s that much, though. Maybe a 75 up on top as well there. I don't know.
75 or a 90. Yep. I like the 90 but I don't have a double stack, so 90 probably wouldn't work if you're double stacking.
Yeah, because that's a 75, and I think either another 75. I don't know. I might not do anything. Maybe that'll just become storage up there because I need that too. I do need some storage. I am not using OBS right now, Mike. This is just purely StreamYard. Yeah.
Yeah, stream here. I don't even know how to. I don't know. I barely know how to do this. I was texting Rico last night. Hey, I can't figure it out again. And he'd already gone to bed. Or
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
went.
"Hey, F you, I'm not helping you."
No, I went right. I even picked my phone up after Ed's stream last night. I normally stream with Skipper too, but I just couldn't do it, and I didn't even pick my phone up. My phone was right here on my laptop this morning when I came back in. So I was like, I woke up and it's usually right there. It's the first thing I grab, like most people. Like I look at my phone, and it wasn't even there, so I had to come find it, and then I saw your messages. Yeah, you really like the sweater today? This is one
I
of my
like
favorite
it. Can you do that again? Oh, yeah. So yeah, so back to the 90 upstairs. So my plan is I've got all the stuff. It's kind of cool that Christmas came when it did because uh, I got a I've got a bunch of stuff. I got the light. I've got two aqua clear 110s. I bought a underground filter because that freaking Johnny No Shoes has talked me into trying it, even though I know cichlids are diggers and it's probably not going to work. But you know what? I figure even if it doesn't work, it's black. It won't show up that much. They used to be white and they just show, through the gravel or whatever real
Which
bad.
one was it? Which one was it?
The under gravel. So it'll replace my sponge filter.
I had them when I was a kid. Obviously, I mean there was box filters and the underground filters came in, but they just seem like too much of a pain in the ass now. You know what I mean? Because they are under gravel. So anytime you have to mess with anything down there, yeah, you're
Yeah.
destroying everything. So, I mean, how often do you have to do that? Like, I mean, how often do you stir things up? You know, uh, I don't think this. I don't think I'd want to do under gravel filters again. But I know that a lot of people are using them and successful and are very happy with them.
They work fine. I mean, long as you're not exposing the plate. Once you expose the plate, the whole process is bypassed. Because water will seek the just like electricity, it'll seek the easiest path. That means it's not going through the gravel anymore. It'll just go right through that hole that they dig, and then your filtration is, it's still being sucked in there and moved around, but the filtration system itself is no longer working.
Yeah.
So but really, I just wanted to get away from, since it's going to be a display tank, I don't want a sponge filter in there. I might throw a couple in there, like I said, to start off, just so that it's got some beneficial bacteria. And hi, Kelly. Kelly.
Not great for plants. Yeah. Especially because especially stuff that's rooted, right?
Right.
Anything
Well,
that's rooted.
Kelly, remember who you're talking to.
Yeah. Whip is not great for plants.
I am not great for plants.
Yeah.
So,
There's just so many choices nowadays with filtration that, well, first of all, when I say I don't use them and I don't like them, that's just, that's nothing. That doesn't mean they don't work. You know what I'm saying? There's so many choices, and I think all those choices are viable for certain setups. You know what I mean?
it was my experience that they were fine until you had to, if for whatever reason, and they might have sat there for 4 or 5 years and never been touched and everything's fine. But the minute you try to move it, if you have to move the tank, shut the tank down, man, that stuff has been pulled down underneath the plates, and it just blooms up into this nasty, just grotesque thing. It's like my canisters that haven't been cleaned in 5 to 7 years, because I can't get to them. I'm sure those things are horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
But that's some, if you guys do a garden or something, make sure, because that stuff will be great for whatever, that when you clean those, that's going to.
House plants is what gets at it, but it's going to be way more than we have enough for. But yeah, my cactus are going, hey, we went from no rain to glorious poop water.
We're blooming. Jorge says he begs to differ on the plant point. I run several underground filters and my plants are doing fine. And I've seen those tanks and they do. I just feel like, again, everybody knows I'm a super, super lazy guy, right? This point in my life, I don't want to do anything. And it's so much easier for me just to put a sponge filter or hang on back or.
What is it that you think is more work on them then? I mean, because really, if you're lazy and you don't want to do anything, all you have to do is gravel vac. That's it.
What do I have to do with a sponge filter?
You have to pull it out without destroying the water column.
A bag once every couple of months. I clean them once every couple of months. I put a big freezer bag. I take that freezer bag, put it in the water, put the sponge filter.
And that works for you? Because it doesn't work for me. It just
close it, pull it up. Some stuff will escape, but it's not too bad. And then it's once every couple months, and I take it in. I usually do it when I'm doing a water change, right? So I rinse it out and pop it back in. It's done. It's clean. It's there's no setup. There's no setup involved. You open it up, rinse it, throw it in the water. Well, attach the airline, boom, throw it in the water, boom, you're done.
Right, and you have never had trouble with that?
Because what?
I have to recut every damn time. Every damn time I pull that out, because the plastic or whatever that tubing is made out of has hardened, and once you pull it off, it just slides on and off like nothing.
Once in a while. I do use, I've been using a co-op airline. I don't know. Some people have said that it hardens just as fast as other stuff, but it doesn't. It seems to be fine for me. Every once in a while, I have to, nip off to, that much of the end.
And what the bigger pain is
Lisa's here.
Lisa, hi, Lisa. My biggest problem with it is the inside. The little guy inside with the air stone itself. I swear, I got a little bit of a temper, and I would carefully put that in there, and then I'd try to put the other, and I'd snap it down, and it would fall. Yeah. And I'm like, God, man, it was all I could do not to hurl that thing across the room.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for just about anything, though. Not casting aspersions, or I guess you can't do that with that. Not throwing shade at those underground filters. I have one canister filter, tons of sponge filters, and I put a hang-on back on the Gudea tank the other day just to because I wanted to put some polyfill around the intake and just sort of polish the water a little bit, which I haven't found the polyfill. It's over here somewhere. So, and I haven't found it. It's in a bag. There's a ton of it. It's a big bunch of it. And I don't know. It's over here somewhere and I can't find it. So yeah. I've got a ton of hang-on backs because I bought those because when I left the hobby in the 70s, hang-on backs were sort of a big thing, and that's what I was using late 70s.
Really? I was
Yeah,
behind on it. I was using um, not sponge filters, but they were like a
the box
plastic
filter,
box,
the
right? Yeah,
box
whatever that.
filter. Yeah,
Yeah, just a little
with the
tiny guy that would sit in the
charcoal and
corner.
the you had charcoal and polyfill. You had the
Hmm.
layers and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, we had
I
those
didn't get
too, and the under gravel and the hang-on backs.
under gravel came in the 80s for me. That was my next move. I went from the box one in the corner to the under gravel, and I'm like, wow, that's sweet. There's nothing showing. It's just two tubes in the corner,
Yeah,
and I stuck with that for a long time. But then I didn't know anything about anything back then. We didn't have, well, maybe we did. I just didn't know they were around. Uh, Clubs, I didn't know any clubs. And, the kids at the pet store didn't know crap. They're in there for making money to get to working back, for gas and whatnot. And I was the only one that was keeping fish. So I just kind of went, well, I'll try this.
yeah,
And so water changes were non-existent. When I first heard of water changes, I was like, "What?
yeah,
You're why?"
yeah. Same here.
So
Same here. Yeah.
and the whole under gravel exposing the plate thing, I didn't realize that was bad. Hey, it's still bubbling. It's working. So
Yeah.
yeah, it took
Water
for a long time.
changes water changes the same, because I let's see, it's June will be 4 years since I set up since I actually had fish in the little, I think I had a 10 or a 20. I can't remember what the size it was. Um, but then I started doing all the research and stuff, and yeah, I had no idea about water changes or anything like that. Uh, I had no clue at all. So luckily, there's so much more information out there now. And granted, there's bad information too, but
Sure, there is. Yeah.
um, if you are getting your information from a lot of different sources and not just trusting one source, you know, you're usually going to be okay. I did have a lot of nicknames in college.
Somebody asked earlier if this was was that Mike? I don't even remember who that was, but somebody asked if this was my basement fish room, and yes,
Yes,
yes, it is.
it was Mike. Somebody also earlier, way earlier, they said there's a lot of hair. Oh, Jorge said we could make toupees for bald guys like him, and then somebody else says you could call it the hair stream or something. And
See, I went and ignored chat again. Sorry about that, people. June's probably long gone, so that's probably a good thing. When I was when I was
What
a
do you-
kid in high school, um, I had tried community fish, and I mean, pretty much everybody who's followed me for even a minute knows that they don't do anything for me. I get them, I look at them, and then I ignore them for the rest of their lives, and then I say I'm never going to get them again, and then I try it again because all you guys are talking about how great community fish are. I'm like, I must be missing something, so I get them again, and I look at them for a day, and then I ignore
and
them
what
for
do
the
you
rest
mean
of their life.
exactly by community fish? I mean, just things that you can put a lot of
Tetras
different
and
species.
yeah, just when everybody puts them all together to make a little happy little zen-like place, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool for a day, and then I am done.
So
'Cause
what
they
is
don't
it
even
about the
care if
other?
they don't even care if I'm at the tank. They're just like,
Is
oh, living our
is it
lives.
is it something to do with the size of the fish? Is it something to do with the aggressive nature of
No,
not
I
species
think it's
only
just
tanks, or what is it that
I think it's the like the not communication, but what is it? There's a word that I'm having a
interaction?
yeah, yeah. Interaction. That's the word I was looking for. See, went. um, I can sit by my Jaguar over here, and he'll be on the other side of the tank. And if I just lean up against the tank, he'll come over. He'll put his face like right next to mine and just look at me like, "Hey, what you doing?"
Yeah, yeah.
The other fish don't care. That the Oscars are like that. Um, I don't find it with every cichlid, but a bunch of them
Hmm.
do that. The
So
flower horn. I mean, he wants to be I mean, he probably wants to eat me, but he gives me the impression that he wants to come say hi like a dog. You know,
Yeah.
he's at the tank so hard, swimming back and forth. Oh God, here they are! Woo,
Well,
woo.
you know, my Gudeids are like that. They're always very interested, and anytime I go put my hand in there, they're my Bosemani. They always, when I walk up to that tank, every Bosemani goes straight on, looking right at me this way. Every one of them, they line up and they're looking right at me, and so they interact quite a bit.
I would probably try Goodeids. I wouldn't mind trying them, and I probably will never do rainbow fish. They are pretty, but I will enjoy them through other people's tanks. But the Goodeids are pretty cool, and your Roseline sharks, even though I don't know if they interact at all, but they do look pretty cool. I might get those.
Yeah, they're not super. In fact, they're still, after all this time, they're a little bit skittish still. Like they don't really, they want to get away from me, you know. But they are incredibly beautiful, and especially the biggest one that I have. I watch that guy so much because he just, my God, the colors on him, that emerald green on top, and he's beautiful. He's a
Yeah,
beautiful fish. Just everything about him, just how he swims, you know, just everything. I love him. So yeah, Roselines, Denison Barbs, if you haven't kept them,
Denison
I
Bar.
wish
Yeah,
I
that's
could get them
good.
to breed. You know, I know that they're very difficult to breed in captivity. Not, you know, I said that before, and everybody's like, "Oh no, they breed like crazy." Not in captivity, right? There's only a couple people that have gotten to breed in captivity. So, um, I just wish that would happen. I would love to breed those.
Right.
Love to breed them. They're
Dee Dee,
probably my
you have
favorites.
no idea, Dee Dee. I talk to my fish all the time because
I
they
do
don't talk
too.
back.
I do. I do too. Not all of them, but like the bluegill, because he's exactly like you were describing. He's a water
Right.
puppy. He really is. Um, the bluegill I talk to all the time.
Victoria
Bluegill, the
Lee. Hi,
Bosemani.
Victoria Lee. I haven't seen you on
Victoria
here in
Lee
a
is
long
here.
time. Yeah,
Where? There she is.
she's right there.
Hi, Victoria. It's good to see you. We've been seeing you on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, but not here, so it's good to see you.
Yep. Oh, and Kevin made it in. Hey, Kevin. And
There was a
Quirky.
bunch of people you didn't say hi
Foxy.
to.
I don't
You're
know if
so
I
rude.
saw Foxy earlier, but I think it was Pep. So, hi, Foxy.
You're so rude.
I
Not
know.
saying hi to all these
I suck.
people.
I'll get
You.
better, people. I swear I will.
Hey, some people don't look at the chat at all, so you're already, you know,
Look,
in my mind.
if
And,
you're
and
not
again,
here
everybody
or if
does.
they're not talking, there's a whole lot of this going on.
Yeah. You know, there's a bunch of different ways to stream, right? And you got to find the thing that fits you. But I feel like if you're not pulling the chat into the stream, then you're missing out. You know,
Right.
you got to have the chat involvement. Even if you're doing a presentation, you know, you say, okay, after the presentation, we'll take our question and answers and stuff, and you get them involved at that point.
Right.
The chats, that's the only reason to do it, right? Is because all the people coming in to say hi. I had no idea you had a channel, Victoria says.
Oh, Victoria.
Eric's here, and he goes, you have to keep up with chat.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not even moving that fast. And I'm like, I'm losing track of people.
And Eric will be, you know, 45 minutes behind in the chat. He makes me look good. But see, again, I like to be 15 minutes behind in the chat. I feel like that's the perfect spot. That's the perfect spot. Because I usually can remember what people are talking about. Not always, but if I go 20 minutes, I've already forgotten what the topic was that they're commenting on. You know?
Right. Yeah, I've done that to you a couple times where you get to my comment and you're like,
Yeah.
nope,
Hi,
sorry.
Brooklyn.
Hey, look at this guy.
I love when Rico dogs on Eric for chat.
Brooklyn, hi. What projects are you working on today? No, she's not. She's working, so she can't answer. We'll
She's
just
working on
imagine. Well, let's
something.
pretend like we know what she's doing.
I bet she's ripping apart
The old wall,
the pantry.
drywalling a place.
No, today's a slow day. She's probably just going to rip apart the pantry and reorganize it, and then paint the whole outside of the house.
Right. But she's almost done.
She's always got projects. She just
I
goes.
know. You
It's
see this
amazing.
guy? Can anybody see him? He's probably too little.
Oh yeah,
I pulled a Rico. I got
nice,
spiders dropping in from above.
awesome. That's a good sign. Good sign to have spiders. She's elevated her house 5 feet. But it should be done today. It's a positive thing, Brooklyn. It's a
It is.
positive thing. We're giving you a hard time, but
fun. It's just fun to
it's
see how busy you can get in a day.
yeah, it's pure respect. And again,
You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to probably go up and take a nap.
That's I will be on with Stephen and Jenna tonight at 9:30. So I need
What
a
are they
nap
doing?
today.
It's Friday. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Friday nights are so hard for me because I generally like to go out. So
yeah. Same with Saturdays, right? You guys go out on Saturday and listen to some
Fridays and
music.
Saturdays. And there's a lot of good stuff on Fridays. But man, everybody gets pissed off at me if I'm on my phone while we're at the music, venue or something, and I'm trying to comment and I can't even hear what you guys are talking about. So it's like,
yeah,
whatever. I just got.
All the late night ones are tough for me these days.
Well, you just got to work through it. You got to work through it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you just got to do it. I'm telling you. What you need to do, Rico.
Yep. Come here. My feet aren't that big. It's a size 10, but it still hurts.
Yeah.
My son wears a 14 and a half. There's like skis. Both of my boys, they're 14 and a half.
Both my best friends wear 14 and 15-inch shoes. I'm like, check this baby out. You see this guy right here? That is a 10 and a half. I am 6'5", 250 pounds, and I have a 10 and a half shoe.
And I'm right there with you, and but I'm only 6 foot. Okay, Mikey B. There's Brother Dan and Oinky and Dolbeck. And yeah, best of luck, Mikey. Please let us know as soon as you wake up.
For you, buddy. Yeah, have Maritza let us know or whatever. Whoever. How you did.
Aiden and I have the same exact boots, and they're right out by the front door. So when I go take Wally out this time of year, I switch to my boots. And the other day I put his on. I'm like, what the hell? Because, again, I wear size 10 boot, and he's got the 14 and a half, and I put them on. But otherwise, they look identical. Obviously, they're bigger, but I didn't. And I put my foot in, I was like, what's. And I started walking, I was like, clump, 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 because they're barely hanging on my feet. We want to see my type as soon as he wakes up. Yes.
Yeah. Give me the phone. Give me the phone.
change my sleep schedule. Unfortunately,
Danny V's here. Hi, Danny.
I said hi to him. God.
You did? I missed it.
Yeah.
See, it's really hard for me to read and listen.
Surf City.
Flying to Louisiana, Kentucky tomorrow. Come out if you can, if you're close. You know I'm not close. I'm closer to you right now than I would be then.
But let's see. So Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve would be there. Nancy B, that's not too far from you, right, Nancy B? I feel like the Louisville, Kentucky. I know that you're in Tennessee.
That's not too horrible far, but
yeah,
might be a couple hours.
John, Select Pet, Scuba Steve. Who else? There's another.
Hey, before you remember that thought, because I know you will forget. Has John been streaming Wednesdays the whole time? I think Zenny told me that he was, but I caught a live stream Wednesday afternoon, like at 4 or 5.
John, yeah, John Select Pet. Yes, he goes 6:30 Eastern time, I think. Yeah, he's been doing it for a couple of weeks. He just started a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I have never seen him on it before.
That's why I got to look at the calendar. We got a calendar.
I'm not actively boycotting the Fish Fan link. I just cannot. It's kind of like Discord. I cannot work it into my brain to go there to check. And it's not like you guys don't talk about it all the time. I mean, I should be able to.
It's a great tool. I mean, I do try to talk it up as much as I can.
Rightfully so. I'm not, like I said, I'm not
Yeah.
dissing
You
it. I
just
just
forget to go.
cannot remember. I cannot forget. No, I forget all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny V's here. Hi, Danny V.
That's my birthday, brother. Brother Dan. We share a birthday. He always sends me
But
stuff
he's
from
not nearly as
Spain.
old as you, right? Is he?
Uh I think he's a little bit younger, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not much, not by much. He's retired too. He's not.
Is
Yeah, I
he?
think we're real close. Yeah, we're real close.
Ah, man,
We're
that's too
we're
bad.
real close to the same. Yeah.
Sorry, Danny. I know that means you're pretty old.
You're not that much younger than me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I
Victoria, we'll be on
can't
for
keep
another
up
24
with the
minutes.
calendar. I've got my own calendar busting at the seams. I
Yeah, another
understand, Whip. I cannot get Discord in my mindset. Me either. I cannot do it unless because I turned all the notifications off because you guys are really chatty. Um, I was hundreds of notifications every
yeah.
day because everybody has their own damn channel over there. So I was getting them from like I don't know a dozen different places, and I just said, yeah, that's enough. So
And then and then now you can't get there.
now I always forget to go in. So I mean I do go in from time to time. Like I left. Did I leave Fish Cord up? I think I left Fish Cord's notifications go, and Chris is because of the D&D stuff. But
Mm. Fish Court is the only one I'm on anymore. You know, I get why people want to have their own fishy Discord, but I just stick to the one. There's so much information there. If I know if I've got a question, I'll get an answer. So that's why I just don't even join the other ones. I've been, you know, I get invites all the time, and I just don't even go to them. Excuse me.
are you going to be on long? I am. What time is it? I'm on for another 20 minutes, Victoria, and then Johnny from My Fish Tanks Aquatics goes on. And then are you doing one afterwards or no? You're not gonna.
I don't know.
3 times in the same day is kind of rough.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it before, but I don't know. I think I might skip it today. I didn't do one yesterday. I just wanted a break from it. I'll probably start. I think yeah, Monday. I'm not going to do one today. I'll say that right now. Yeah, I'm not going to do the afternoon delight. We'll do it. We'll go back on Monday. There's Ed. We just walked into the huddle house.
Yep, he had some stuff going on today because I invited him to come up too, but he's like, I wish I could, but we're gonna be wherever he said the town, but I don't remember. With his mom, so
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
couldn't go, couldn't come on, which is fine. I mean, you got to take care of mom. That's a must. So fish, we were talking about moving fish. Let's talk about. We'll kill the rest of the stream with fish, or the next 2 minutes, and then I'll get distracted again. So when I move my flower horn, and by my I mean crystals, upstairs. Does everybody think that just the hardscape would be enough, along with maybe a sponge filter? That should be enough, right?
I think so.
I don't want to kill the poor little guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just him, right? I mean, I know that they're good sized, and
Just
there is a
him.
bio load,
And
but
he's still
you know,
little. He's only about that
yeah.
big right now. So
So if you're doing um, the hardscape, how much hardscape? Like,
it's a pile of rocks about the size
I bet between that
of
and the sponge
maybe a
filter,
football.
yeah.
Maybe a football. Maybe a little bit more than a football. I just haven't, my aquascaping skills, unlike Brooklyn and Steven and them guys, uh, it's a pile of rocks in the middle. And it's basically there to hide the stupid sponge filter. Because I dislike sponges very much, even though they're probably the most economical, option out there. But Surf City, I don't know if you were here before, but I'm seeing you now.
He was. He said, "Yeah, just feed a bit less and test the water. I think you're gonna be fine." Yeah, I think
I hope
it's
so,
gonna be
because
fine.
if I end up wiping him out, the one fish that I'm slowly pulling her into the hobby,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
killer fish. Oh, she'll
yeah,
she'll she'll be out the door as fast as I can get the body out.
yeah. So a big sponge filter and a bunch of hardscape.
Victoria, if you want to come over and skate my tank, now it cannot be pretty like yours, but yeah, because flower horns will destroy most everything you do. But if you can put a mine, I'm open to that. It would certainly look better than what I do.
Aquatic moose.
What
Hardscape
did
was
Moose
my
say?
nickname in college. Hardscape was my nickname in college.
It probably was. Could you imagine walking around being called, "Hey, Hardscape"?
What's up, Hardscape? It's good to see you, Hardscape. It would get it's too long. You know what I mean? All those names get minimized. You don't,
Yeah.
especially like back then, they all get shorter and shorter and shorter, and pretty soon, your name started off very long, and now it's just you'd be called Hards. That's how
Which
you don't do long nicknames.
Victoria says, "I'm changing my name to Hardscape."
The girl just brought the food. Enjoy, Ed.
Yep. Enjoy your meal. We miss you.
He goes to that huddle place quite often. He talks about it. So one of these days, you'll have to check it out and then let me know.
What are we talking about?
The restaurant, the huddle hut or whatever it's called.
Oh,
Huddle,
yeah. The huddle.
huddle
Yeah.
home, huddle Haas. I don't know. The huddle place. What's it called, Ed? Huddle. He told us up.
Put the
just
bacon down and tell us what the name of the thing is.
Huddle House. That's it. Huddle House. Huddle House sounds like something else. Like, I don't know.
Victoria.
It sounds like you do different stuff in there. Nice and hard.
Nice and hard.
No, there's no Huddle House here.
Instead of getting tanked with whip, it's getting. No, I'm not even going to say it.
You almost did. It almost came out.
It almost did. Filter went up just in time.
No, we don't have. Do you have Huddle Houses there? Killer Kitty said you don't have Huddle House.
No,
U.S.
we don't.
restaurant chain. It's got
Oh.
Alabama, Arkansas. Florida, Georgia, Illinois. Quite a few places.
I've never seen one. Never heard of it. Victoria,
They
you
do
ever
have
hear
in
of Huddle House?
Illinois. Probably must be Southern Illinois, maybe, because all the other places are, Louisiana, Mississippi,
Johnny
Missouri.
Johnny knows you're still there.
Johnny Garcia. Hello.
I
New
see.
Jersey. They got him in New Jersey.
June is back. I was going to
Pennsylvania?
tell my anti-June story because I know she's going to hate on me. But when I was a kid and like 18, my Oscars were in a 30-gallon long, 2 of them. And I went to college, and I don't know how they survived that because I was gone for months at a time, and I know my old man wasn't feeding them.
Oh, no.
But anyway, I got back, and I did lose one eventually. Looking back now, I'm sure the bioload in there was because again, I didn't know what water changes were. The bioload was probably just incredible. The nitrates were probably in the thousands, and so one of them passed, and I had another one. And my dad bought me a 45 high. That's where I was going with that earlier. Your 45 high, and that was by far and away the biggest tank I'd ever seen in my life at the time. That was before I had my 90. When I thought, oh my God, 90 gallons. But
Yeah.
45 was like, they're pretty tall, aren't they? They're like 30 inches tall, something close to that. 27 inches tall. They're pretty tall.
No, I think are they even 36? Actually, hold on.
And I just remember going, oh my God, that's so much room that my Oscar will be so happy in a 45. And then I come to later find out, yeah, not so much.
It is
Anti-whip.
No, you're right. It's 24
Yeah,
inches tall. 24.
24. Okay, so in my mind they were taller than that, but
Yeah, mine too, because that just doesn't look right. That just doesn't look right to me because when it's a 45 tall and that's not going to work. It moves. So, that's how tall it is. It starts here, it goes there. That's how tall it is.
that's huge.
There, that's how tall it is. They're pretty good. They're
Yeah,
for a 45 gallon, that's pretty tall, right?
it was, yeah, and it was easily, but it looked enormous, in a
Yeah.
room full of 10s and 20s.
Yeah.
And
Yep. Oh,
yeah, I thought my Oscar was, in a penthouse at the time, and now I'm like, wow, 45,
small.
that's pretty tiny for an Oscar. So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
but it
What was
lived in
your
there
number?
that was the longest lived Oscar I ever had. He went through some shit. I mean, he went through months without being fed. He got electrocuted when the two of them were wrestling and broke the heater. And I walked by the tank and just happened to touch the tank, and it was, ice cold. And I'm like, damn, what the hell? So I didn't even look in the tank. I walked to the fuse box and I'm like, oh, it popped a fuse. So I popped the fuse back in, and behind me I see light. So I walk back to the tank and I realize, oh, the heater's broken. That was a flash of electricity. And both Oscars are like, damn.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
I'm like, oh, pop the fuse immediately again, of course.
Turn it off.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of my grandpa's last words. Don't plug it. Don't plug it in,
Yeah, I got you.
Watch out for the truck.
Usually it's just hold my beer.
But he still survived. And how long did he survive?
Oh, it was years and years. I bet you I had him. It was over a decade for sure. I had him for 10, 12 years. And even with all that crap. And he never got a bigger tank until he was an old man when I got that 90. He stayed in that 45 for most of those years.
I remember getting a 20 gallon and thinking that was massive. It was one of those, I don't think it was a slate bottom. I don't remember it being a slate bottom, but it was the chrome side. It had the chrome frame on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I had one of those.
I don't think it was slate though on the bottom. A lot of those were slate, but I don't think mine was. I don't remember it being that. But then somebody had a 55, and I think it had, they had Oscars in it. I think it was a 55. And again, seeing that tank for the first time was like, holy crap. Right. It's massive. And that's even when I came back to the hobby, I really didn't know much about. I had that 10 gallon and the 20 gallon, and I was like, Pet Supplies Plus had a sale on the 55s, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a 55, and I thought that was like the biggest tank, and now it's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing at all.
I mean, when I helped John move their tanks, and the size of that, I think it's a 360 or a 340, I forget. I know he's got 240s, and then he had the 240, and then I think it was a 360. That thing is enormous. I look at my 210 even now, and I'm like, man, that's a nice size tank. I can lay down in there almost. And I saw when I got a hold of that thing. I mean, it literally took. I mean, if you watch the video of us moving that thing in, I bet you there's got to be 7 or 8 of us on that tank, and we're all doing the shuffle. Oh, Jesus Christ!
I hate you, John.
I drove all the way here for this. God. And then the guy next to me is about 5'10" or 5'2", so he's got nothing. I've got the whole corner, and I can feel it just starting to sink, and I'm like, all right, get out.
He's walking underneath it.
Yeah, right.
Here, let me help. I didn't know Scotty went with you.
Ah!
Scotty. Sorry, Scotty. Sorry.
Wow. Who's blowing up my phone? Oh, it's Kathy.
Dapper Dennis had a slate bottom 55 in the 60s. He had a slate bottom in the 60s.
I bet he did.
Yeah. Yeah, they all did in the 60s. Oh, it was all slate. Everybody had a slate bottom in the 60s.
I can't remember. Those were heavy too, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
this had to have been.
Yeah. Yeah,
My 20
massively
wasn't
heavy.
that heavy, but it was only a 20, so I don't remember. I remember I had to use that one for I used a lot of stuff for just messing around. Like if it quit holding water, I turned it into like a hamster house or something.
Yeah.
And I drilled holes in the bottom of the glass, and put like what was the crap that was popular back in the 70s and 80s?
The
Where they
tubes?
yeah, the little
Yeah.
tube things.
Oh God. Habit trail.
Habit trail.
I love those things. I absolutely love them.
I did that with fish tanks. I would cut holes in them and so they could go from the bottom tank to the top tank and then to a tank over here.
Yeah.
And
It was
then
so cool.
my ferrets would be like sitting on top going, here, come here, just a
You
little closer.
look tasty. I love those. I started out with gerbils, not hamsters. I had gerbils, but I had one of those little habit trail. It was like all plastic, and then you could add all this stuff to it, right? And it went all over the room. But then, in the like Penny Saver, one of those types of papers, there was a lady who was getting rid of a whole setup of breeding gerbils. So I had basically this rack. It was 2x4s and cinder blocks set up in my bedroom, and there was cages and cages of gerbils in there. So I didn't have the habit trail anymore. And I was, I was about 13, I think, and I was selling gerbils to the pet store. I'd get $1 per gerbil. So
that's pretty good back then.
Yeah,
you were in high school. What was that, like 1920? That was pretty good money back in
1923. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
But
my day's not complete till you say
it. Yeah, I know. one day though, I woke up in the morning and I heard crunching. Just Ed was talking about this too, and I looked in one of the metal tanks, metal cages, I mean, and there was a mom eating a baby head first, and I was just done. I was done. I couldn't do it anymore after that. Once I saw that, I just couldn't.
Yeah, I had mice. I had mice that did that. It was so sad because I bought a mouse and left it with them until I got done shopping, right? I knew it was pregnant. I said, I want her. Because what they did is they would take the babies and pitch them into the freezer and then feed the snake.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to save her and her babies. And so I left, I came back, and she was thinner. And I said, hey, did she have her babies? And they're like, oh, yeah, they're in the freezer. And I said, no, I want those. So we pulled them out of the freezer, and they survived for a day. And then Mom ate them. I'm like, same thing.
She likes her snacks cold. She likes,
yeah, right. I'm like, you ruined the whole reason I got you, for God's sake.
There's just something about that crunch. I don't like the skull crunch. It just doesn't do it for me.
And those little bastards will eat everything, every bit of them.
I understand they did it because, well, at the time, that's what I was told. I don't know if that's true, but there was something wrong with the baby. But it also could be that the mom was super stressed for some reason.
Stressed.
Yeah. So next snarf for barf. Gerbil babies. I do have quite a box of snarf or barf items. I do. There's quite a bit. What's up with my hair again? What the hell is going on with this? Look, it's like it's square.
Yeah, you got the mullet going on almost there.
What the hell's? I look like Lady Frankenstein, Mrs. Frankenstein. Frankenstein's what was the monstrous called? The Frankenstein's wife. What was her?
Did she have a name? She must have had a name.
That's how sexist is that? She didn't even have a name. She was just his wife, you know.
Right.
Lady,
I
what
mean,
was
not
her
that
name?
that's wrong.
That's wrong. Bride of
No,
Frankenstein. Frankenstein's bride. See, that's all she got.
that's all she
That's all
got.
she got. Look at this now. Now what we got going on?
What the hell? Oh, you got something creeping in from at the top.
It's one of the ferns. There's a fern up here. That runner keeps. There we go. Yeah, I don't believe there's a name given to her. See, that's just, it's so wrong.
See you later, Johnny. I'll see you in the next one. You know, I wish I could
4
send
minutes.
people over like Foxanne does, but I'm too little.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. 500? I'm not sure when you get that that
Yeah.
ability. And then
know
I
it's
didn't
not
go look
free.
at it last time
Oh,
we talked.
speaking of which, thank you very much, everybody. I made it over the 300 barrier, so I'm probably going to give something away here pretty soon, just to say thanks and whatnot. So fish tanks and moving them around.
They have points, and they have points. They were right. They're right that it's not the monster itself doesn't have a name. He's just the monster. But Frankenstein's bride or bride of Frankenstein would denote that he was marrying, that the scientist was marrying her. But she wasn't. He didn't make her for him, did he? I'm pretty sure that he made her for the monster.
Yes.
Right? So why would it be Bride of Frankenstein? It would have been Bride of Frankenstein's monster. See, there's too much. There's no continuity there. Maybe Bride of Frankenstein isn't canon. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Right, do I have moderators here? I don't even know. I know I created some, but I don't know. We should do that at least.
I don't see a single one. Yeah, you need some.
I did it. How do you do it?
So do you have the YouTube chat open? You have to do it on that side. You can't do it in StreamYard. It's got to be on the YouTube side.
Oh, this could get ugly though if I do it.
You can do it after the stream too. You can go back once the chat is there. You can go back and look at it and do it then too. She wanted the doctor, not the monster.
Yeah, she screamed at that when she met the monster, right?
It's not Dr. Pepper. It's Pepper's monster. Oh, Ed's a mod. But he's at the Huddle House.
He's at the Huddle House.
I would call it the Cuddle Cove. But if you open up the YouTube chat, then you've got the 3 little dots next to the person's name to the right.
Yeah.
That's called a hamburger menu. And you can do all kinds of stuff there.
Oh, you can.
Like ban people. I'd ban some people just for the fun of it.
Well, I can't really do that.
I think you should. I'd like that Jorge guy. He's just shifty. I'd get his ass out of here. Kick him to the curb.
Well, I gotta do. No, I don't want to do any of that. Oh yeah, right there. Because she's my Oscar sister.
Oh, Juners.
Juner.
See ya, Kalish. Busy.
Are you a mod?
Oh yeah, I am. So it's me and Ed. I guess I should have posted something.
Oinky is the moderator of all moderators, along with Zenny. Who missed another one? Zenny. Okay, so he's gone now. But I asked if Johnny was still here, and now I don't even remember what I was asking.
Oh, he did. Yeah. Oh, it was about Huddle House because he lives in Illinois too. So you were going to ask him if he knew the Huddle House, right? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, that was what it was.
The Cuddle Cove. Cuddle Cove.
So
Killer
if you are,
Kitty.
oh, that's right, we are related by, I mean, legitimately related by Flower Horn because we got them from the same guy.
Nice.
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 So if anybody can throw in Johnny's stream coming up here. Oh, it's already started. Crap, we got to go.
Yeah.
So just real quick, my Fish Tanks Aquatics is live right now. Go on over and say hey.
Fishfam.link. If you go there, you can see.
That too. All right, everybody. Thanks. We'll talk to y'all later. I'm pushing buttons.
All right.
Have a great day.
We're all gonna die. See you guys. Bye-bye.